In 1299, Osman Ghazi, leader of the Kayu tribe, officially declared independence from the weakening Seljuk Sultanate, marking the formal beginning of the Ottoman state. This decisive act transformed a frontier tribal confederation into a nascent political entity capable of challenging both Byzantine and neighboring Turkish powers. Osman's declaration was not only a statement of sovereignty, but also a calculated step toward territorial expansion, symbolized by his first major campaign, the Siege of Nicaea. The political landscape of late 13th century Anatolia was fragmented. The Seljuk Sultanate, once a dominant force, had declined under pressure from Mongol invasions, internal disputes, and the rise of local beyliks. This instability provided Osman with an opportunity to assert independence while consolidating authority over the Kai tribe and allied communities. By declaring sovereignty, he positioned himself as a regional power capable of controlling territory, administering resources, and projecting military strength. The Declaration of Independence was both symbolic and practical. Symbolically, it signaled the emergence of a new leadership and the continuity of Ertuğrul Gazi's legacy under Osman. It conveyed to neighboring tribes, Byzantine lords, and potential allies that the Kayu tribe was no longer merely a Seljuk vassal, but a self-governing power with ambitions beyond tribal confines. Practically, it allowed Osman to pursue campaigns and territorial expansion without interference, laying the groundwork for the Ottoman state. Osman's choice of Nicaea as a target was strategic. Nicaea, located near the western frontier of Anatolia, was a key Byzantine stronghold controlling trade routes and regional access. Capturing it would provide a secure base for future operations and a symbolic victory against a declining empire. The siege marked the beginning of a series of military campaigns aimed at consolidating territory, securing resources, and establishing Ottoman authority in northwestern Anatolia. Military organization during this period reflected Osman's experience and strategic vision. He combined the mobility and cavalry traditions of the Kayu tribe with disciplined infantry drawn from allied tribes and local supporters. Rapid raids, intelligence gathering, and surprise attacks allowed Osman to pressure fortified cities while minimizing prolonged engagements. These methods would become defining features of early Ottoman warfare, emphasizing flexibility, strategic patience, and exploitation of enemy weaknesses. The declaration also reinforced Osman's political legitimacy. By asserting independence, he strengthened internal cohesion among the Kayu and allied communities. Tribal leaders and warriors, inspired by the prospect of autonomy and territorial expansion, rallied to his cause. Loyalty was reinforced not only by shared heritage and military success, but also by the vision of a self-governing polity capable of enduring beyond the life of its leader. Religious and cultural factors complemented Osman's declaration. Islam provided a unifying identity for the Kayu and neighboring tribes, while Sufi networks, particularly through Sheikh Edebali, reinforced moral authority. By invoking religious legitimacy alongside political sovereignty, Osman presented himself as a leader with both worldly power and divine sanction, enhancing his ability to consolidate support and deter rivals. The Siege of Nicaea, while ambitious, demonstrated the Kayu tribe's ability to project power beyond immediate tribal territories. Control over fortified positions allowed Osman to secure trade routes, collect tribute, and establish governance mechanisms in conquered areas. These early administrative and military practices created a blueprint for the expansion and sustainability of the nascent Ottoman state. Osman's declaration of independence also sent a clear signal to other Anatolian beyliks. It positioned the Ottomans as a competitor for regional influence and territorial control. Alliances, marriages, and treaties became tools for Osman to consolidate power without direct conflict, while selective military campaigns extended his reach. This combination of diplomacy and warfare exemplified the pragmatic approach that would characterize Ottoman statecraft for centuries. By declaring independence in 1299 and initiating strategic campaigns like the Siege of Nicaea, Osman Ghazi established the Ottoman state's foundational principles: territorial expansion, military innovation, administrative organization, and legitimacy rooted in both tribal authority and religious sanction. These early actions transformed a small tribal confederation into a rising polity capable of enduring challenges, consolidating power, and expanding influence across Anatolia and eventually beyond. In conclusion, Osman Ghazi's Declaration of Independence represents the birth of the Ottoman state. It marked the transition from Seljuk vassalage to sovereignty, signaling the Kayi tribe's evolution into a politically organized and militarily capable power. Through strategic campaigns, such as the Siege of Nicaea, Osman combined military acumen, political foresight, and religious legitimacy to establish the foundations of one of history's most enduring empires. His actions in 1299 set a precedent for expansion, governance, and dynasty building that would define Ottoman policy for centuries to come.